Hey, Jeff Bezos. I'm talking to you, man, again. Just sorry, I gotta float this over the reporters again. I don't want to be seen interfering with your fine journalist contracts here. But I got an article. I don't know if they flagged you. Sometimes information has to go up the chain of communication to start with, and then it trickles its way down. It's a lot easier to do it that way than to have ground level employees who might be actually scared of this trying to communicate that CNN actually published the story. The White House says it is creating, quote, very large, unquote, dossier. I don't know why that would be, quote unquote, very large. You guys do. You're journalists. At the post level, I know you guys don't get paid great, lavishly rich salaries, but over the years it adds up, and you make something on it. Probably living pretty good, man, and well earned money. So, anyways, but they're creating a dossier on Washington Post journalists and others. Oh, who else? Who else would they be doing that? Oh shit! Fuck! I can't figure out who the fuck that'd be. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the White House said in a story published Thursday that it was compiling a very large dossier on a Pulitzer Prize-winning Washington Post reporter and others who it said are a disgrace to journalism and the American people. So the White House is creating a dossier, which is really okay. We've got a dossier. We don't really know where to administrate that because they're journalists and there's a First Amendment. So we'll just keep it here, and the next president can take a look at who the fuck you are. And, this is why I don't want to be doing business with these assholes. Biden's guys would come over, and to be honest with you, this is really not, from where I'm sitting, I'm not real thrilled. I'm doing it. But when they start interfering with over First Amendment issues, I'm going to fight with them because, that's be willing to fight for my freedom, just like the military guys overseas. This is what I do domestically, and these journalists do domestically. Do not let anybody in the administration bullshit you or tell you otherwise. We're trying to help you guys by keeping the peace here at home, by making certain these politicians, and when they try to spin it like, well, there's a difference between politics and government. Like, the truth of the matter is our politicians, and if you elect the politician, that becomes a government business. That's the way these guys are. The astonishing revelation about the White House's efforts to discredit reporter David Farenthold came after the Post requested comment for a Thursday story he wrote to two colleagues. The story, co-bylined by reporters Josh Dowsey and Joshua Partlow, detailed how President Trump's company charged the U.S. government more than $900,000. About $1 million. It was peanuts for the U.S. government, but that's one of those things. Those little charges add up for the presidents for their little political assassination projects, right? Oh, for hotel room fees, amongst other services at Mar-a-Lago. In a statement, White House spokesperson Judd Deere accused the Washington Post of blatantly interfering with the business relationships of the Trump organization and demanded it must stop. And the Post has been sued multiple times. I don't have that article bookmarked, but the Post has been sued multiple times over these issues that the government wants to cover up, blame the media, sue them. And on one hand, Trump's jealous of Jeff Bezos, forces him into a position where he's got to run the Post, and then starts suing him. And I'm glad Jeff Bezos does own the Post. We disagree about Mechanical Turk, but that was a real short period in my life here, and I ditched you as quick as I could, guys. Sorry. But in the market forces will shut bullshit down. None of that work really gets done. Because paying guys 2 cents a fucking little for what to do one of these receipts, and it's repetitive. It's not enough money for the time. Anyways, so that's basically it. I'm griping about that. I love Jeff still. I love Jeff still. He did that. But if you're smart and you got options, you don't have to deal with these guys. Tell you what, if the U.S. government does it to you in your this position with the border shut, both ways, they tell you to sweep a floor for $2 an hour, you're going to be sweeping a floor for $2 an hour for them. That's what they do. And they can. And that's really, could give these nationalist governments can get really brutal, guys. So when I asked Vice Business, CNN and Business for further information about the dossier, Deere declined to comment. Neither White House Press Secretary Kayla McKinney nor White House Director of Communications Alyssa Farah responded to additional emails seeking comment. Farenthold deferred a request for comment to a spokesperson for the Post who declined. Farenthold, however, wrote on Twitter that if anyone knows anything about a dossier the White House had supposedly compiled, let him know or provide a copy. Jeff, can you do me a favor? I found it. Can you copy a Farenthold over here and just let him know that I wild man, found that? Farenthold won a Pulitzer Prize in 2017 for casting doubt on Trump's generosity towards charities, and his coverage. He also reported on Trump's businesses. Last summer, the New York Times, who, as I said in the last one, I didn't even get time. I was getting threatened behind me, basically, by that withhold. And then I had was trying to do research, couldn't find an article, and had to get everything up quick, so I just could only post those articles on the doctor over there. And it just so I'm sorry, I'm gonna brain fart here. Oh, getting old. It's part of the problem with it. So the allies of the White House, compiled dossiers on hundreds of people who work for top news organizations. The White House is boasting about building a dossier on Farenthold and other journalists is jarring, but perhaps not surprising from an administration that has branded the press as the enemy of the people. I'm the enemy, yet I'm running. And then, do you see why the enemy of the people is now running for Congress? It's like Tommy Chong being the enemy of the people. Yeah, we're going to blame Tommy Chong for selling weed to you now. Why? Because he wanted to fuck around as an artist and not take money from these assholes who want to censor you and censor him. So he decided to do it through a business that made him a lot of cash quick on the side, and it's good business, man. I mean, the U.S. didn't collapse because we're legalizing marijuana. I wanted to thank the Representative Titus. I don't know if he voted or not on it, but the U.S. Congress is considering legalization next month. Tommy and I are a little bit indebted to you. And yeah, though, that really does take some of the pressure off during the primary. It really does. It's just but the dossiers and all the invasions of privacy. So I want to get a quick... So it was at amp.cnn.com, and I'm trying to get the rest of the tag. But I go there and then search for White House says it is creating very large dossier on Washington Post journalists and others. It's by Oliver Darcy from the CNN business section. Again, the CNN business section, Oliver Darcy. I might get links up, I might not. It kind of depends upon what's going on as I'm putting up the videos. Like I said, these are real just, I'm throwing it up there quick. I can't win the election. I've already signed it off. The day I announced, I conceded, right? And there's a reason why, and I'm going to show you in the resumes why I did that. But right now, it's worth some of my time to promote myself and horse around on camera and kind of do this green sort of independent politics where it's crappy and it's low budget and dark. But it's also pretty cool. It's independent and it's pure and it's something maybe you look back on as these things get better and more commercialized, and you're like, yeah, that was how that dude started. And that's kind of what I'm leaving you a trail through my life of. And part of the problem is, though, is every time I get started, I get knocked out of it. But we'll see what happens. So, I'm going to go to the resumes, and we're going to talk about her resume. And also why the Democrats kind of fucking kicked me up out of the dirt again. They kind of, ran out of people, and they shut the borders down. So I guess that's basically what they got left in terms of economists. Actually, the truth of the matter is I was also told by the ladies, though, and thank you very much for pointing that out. It's none of the economists I really ever thought to argue with Congress about any of it directly. I'll go over that with the economists either online in the text boxes I put up or later in one of the videos as to what the lady suggested we need to do in the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of become a boss. I don't want to be these ladies don't need a white dude to fucking boss them around. Do you see what I'm saying? That's totally not it. And I know I'm totally being used to fucking do that bullshit. So what I'm doing is I'm really being friends with Representative Titus. And I think that's in the interest of the people and working with her in a cooperative primary, not joking about willing to help, see what I can do to help see if we can get some money in the district while I'm stuck here. But I'll tell you, I want to see the borders open again. I want to see the pandemic under control, and I want to see those abusive size trade barriers coming down. So that's got to stop. I mean, you got to negotiate with China somewhere in the rest of the world. These aren't bilateral relationships. These are multilateral relationships. And so that's basically what I wrote them. And I said, no faith, no credit. I haven't been paid to the UBI. The Treasury's burning. I got Goldman Sachs setting off a firebomb and shutting it on. It's like shutting the oven after lighting the gas there. It's 450 degrees and it's just going to keep cooking all the way like that through there. If the Congress decides to go to a more socialistic government, then sure, but this isn't Europe, and there's a lot of people, and that Treasury was already running a pretty substantial deficit. As to what they're going to be able to do with monetary policy, I don't think so. I think you should pay the UBI, and I think we need to talk about going maybe Bernie's way. I just don't think realistically, politically, people are going to stomach 50% taxes. So Dina and I got a lot more in common than maybe your camp thinks. Definitely about finances and economics. And I'd like to have her incorporate the position, but I think this needs to have a longer discussion with the American people about this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on here. to the resumes. I guess I'm gonna have to get some lights here. Yeah, finally a little bit of light on the subject. And I'm gonna have to like get a pencil and paper because I don't have a printer anymore. That's gone. It was tossed onto the street about a year and a half ago. I don't have anything really except this kind of laptop and crappy laptop webcam. I can't even get my other. I got a backup camera and I can't even get that right. So you see why all this stuff is real low budget, and I'm in the dark here, right? Hey America, what's up? Hey, fuck Las Vegas, what the hell's going on? We're running for Congress. Speaking of which, after this, I'm also going to talk maybe about like crowdsourcing my nomination because I need some more time off. I don't like to work terribly much. But we can see if we can find some other people here in the district to actually take over. I don't see as to why there'd be any rules. I mean, we could check. I don't want to break any campaign rules, but why other people can't do things like take a debate here or there or whatever. Or, even if you want to take a break because this thing is a roller coaster ride. We need to keep marketing you on one hand to make certain that you stay in the public eye here. But yeah, we all are in agreement, like over on the Democratic side, that we need to see because now we got a chance to, spread our wings a little bit and fly as a party. Again, we want to show you the left and the right wing, which is, believe it or not, being a green, which is further left if you're looking at the political wheel, and it's a wheel. So like Dina would be kind of like moderately liberal. Well, no, I guess moderately liberal over here. And then I'm kind of a green down here. And then the Libertarians go up this side, and then the Republicans go up on this side. There are nutcases all around the political spectrum. Just ignore them. Just marginalize them. Go ahead and keep doing that. Because that's what they are. They're nutcases. We're not. This is not the fringe element. This is just independent theater masquerading as a Democratic nomination or vice versa. I'm not certain which I am anymore. And that's great art. When the artist doesn't even know what the fuck happened to him, like, and he's got a quality buzz. Like that. That is great art, man. Great quality crap garage art. I love it. All right, the resumes next.